Okay, so what I have is a jar, a mason jar with a lid. I got a spoon to help with the mixing it up. You can get the smaller containers of glue, but I got the big ones. But for today, I'm just going to use one container, and this is a 7.625 ounce container of Elmer's all-purpose glue. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty this whole container of glue into my jar. Which we know can take a little bit for it to completely empty out. Again, you may want to, when you're doing this, you may want to do this on under some protective paper or fabric, just in case you have a mishap with the glue. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to, when I read it, it did say to add equal parts of glue with equal parts of water, but to keep it from the solution from the homemade Mod Podge getting too watery, I want to start with not this exact same amount of glue, but I'm going to fill this up to about half, maybe it's about right here. That's about right. I've got it filled up halfway, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake this up, give it a good shaking to kind of see if it can get some of that glue that's still in there off the sides. And then I'm going to pour this inside the jar with the glue. And then I'm going to stir for a little bit. Then I'm going to put the top on this jar and just give it a good shake. And if to you it seems like it might be a little too watery, which I didn't even do the equal amounts of water to glue, you can always check it to see, which I think that might be a little bit too watery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this second container and add just a little bit to kind of thicken it up. Put the top back on it, real tight, and give it another shake. You can take the top off. Oops. Again, this is another reason why you want to have something underneath. Then I'm just going to take this spoon and just check the consistency to see if that's kind of what I want. And I think, guys, I'm going to, again, like I said, you'll have to eyeball it to see. And I'm just going to add just a tad bit more. You just have to eyeball it to see. That's why it's good to start with one jar, because if I'd have emptied both of these inside my container, I'd have had to go back out to the store. And so, one last shake, and this should get the consistency where I need it for my project. Now let's try this one more time just to see. And I think I think that's about where I want it. Not too runny, but not too thick. Now you have to make sure you have water. If not, then the transfer will be a little bit difficult. So, and I'm just, it's totally up to you as far as your consistency. But you kind of want to be right there at equal parts. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my top back on it. And it's really good for you to label your jar. You don't want somebody at home thinking you have homemade ranch dressing or mayonnaise. So you just kind of want to and you want to put homemade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do my picture transfer. And if you just stick around just a few minutes, I'll be back with the setup.